went to the small town. Woe is us. There's nothing happening here.
Don't be so sure. Take a good look around that small town and see that kid over there, the one skating in the backyard? He could be the next great NHL star.
Don't believe us? We'll stand by for some indisputable proof.
That's right. Coming up on SPORTSNET Countdown, some of the NHL's greatest small-town heroes.
Hey everybody, welcome to SPORTSNET Countdown. I'm Evanka Osmak.
And I'm Ken Reid. And if you've got a stick, a pair of skates, and a sheet of ice, you've got a chance.
The guys in today's countdown, they're proof of that. You don't have to be a big-time city slicker to make your impact in the NHL.
Yes, you can be a city slicker like Osmak, or you can come from a small town like me, shout out Pictou, Nova Scotia.
Oakville, Ontario, it's not exactly booming, but I've been to Pictou and it is smaller, but you can't deny it's produced some quality NHL talent. It is time to count down the best small-town NHLers. Let's get it on.
Number 25, Darcy Tucker.
To the point to Jackman, he finds Domi, a pass in front, Tucker scores! He got the bonus chance when it bounced right back to him.
Born in Castor, Alberta, population 932, Darcy Tucker will tell you he's from Endiang, Alberta, with a population of 21 in 1996.
Tucker, as you know, is a hard nut to crack.
Endiang has since increased its rank to 35, according to the 2011 census.
Number 24, Ryan Clough. Ryan Clough signed his 5-year deal with the New Jersey Devils in part due to the team's location. Born in Fairmoose, Newfoundland, population 323, Clough wanted to remain close to his home province where his daughter now lives.
Clough also can chip in with nice goals, top shelf there. You see against the New York Islanders. He's got a good stick around the net, good nose to the net.
Number 23, Michael Ryder.
Michael Ryder moves in and shoots, he scores!
After Ryder helped win the 2011 Stanley Cup with the Boston Bruins, he took the cup home to Buena Vista, Newfoundland.
Michael Ryder collects number 4.
He arranged a private viewing for local children before the public viewing of the cup on a softball field.
Number 22, Daniel Cleary.
Zetterberg with Cleary in front of the net. Reid scores! Cleary has scored the go-ahead goal with 3 minutes remaining.
The first NHLer from Newfoundland to hoist the Stanley Cup, Daniel Cleary was born in Carbonear and raised in Harbor Grace, neither of which has a population over 5,000.
Number 21, Borje Salming.
Salming coming back with Lenny McDonald. Back to Salming. Skinner shot. He fires!
Mikael Anderson calls Kiruna, birthplace to Borje Salming, the cradle of ice hockey in Sweden, like Montreal in Canada. Kiruna doesn't match Montreal for population, though, with fewer than 25,000 residents.
Back to Salming. Shoot!
Number 20, Peter Schaefer. An hour southeast of Regina by car and childhood home to Peter Schaefer, Yellowgrass, Saskatchewan built its first post office in 1896, but still had fewer than 500 residents in 2011.
Number 19, Theo Fleury. Murray was a small player from a small place. He was born in Oxbow, Saskatchewan, population 1,285. And then raised in Russell, Manitoba, where he discovered hockey and began his journey to the NHL.
That was a goal we've seen many times in this village from the little guy.
Number 18, Jonathan Chichu. North of Toronto by car, Moose Factory, Ontario was home to Jonathan Chichu, the first NHL player from the Moose Cree First Nation.
Number 17, Eddie Shore.
Eddie Shore fortified the strong Boston.
A four-time winner of the Hart Trophy and two-time winner of the Stanley Cup, Eddie Shore was born in Fort Qu'Appelle, Saskatchewan. Home to just over 2,000 people as of 2011.
Number 16, Jaden Schwartz.
Get in on the puck and use his body. Really quick, makes terrific plays at high speed.
Jaden Schwartz's parents moved to Wilcox, Saskatchewan, population 339, so that their children could be part of the hockey program at Athol Murray College of Notre Dame. All three ended up receiving hockey scholarships in the United States.
Lots of Newfoundland content so far on the show. 3 players from the Rock already making their presence felt in our countdown.
East Coast bias, but proof that size does not matter. Close to 30 NHLers from Newfoundland have made it to the league over the years, and the first to do it, Alex Faulkner from Bishop's Fall, debuted with the Leafs back in 1961.
Yeah, the hockey world, you have to wonder what took them so long to catch on to Newfoundland. You have to say, what were you thinking?
Moment to start the second period. Doan's in the penalty box. Tobias Reeder scores 2 shorthanded goals within a minute, and then the fun happens. There's Shane Doan. I like the look. Right? And then when Doan came back from the penalty box, gives Reeder a little bit of jousting there.
Time for a break, but the countdown is going to continue. And guess where we're going to go later in the show, Evanka?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say Nova Scotia.
Bingo.
Do you get paid every time you mention Nova Scotia on the show, by the way?
I do, by my father, quarter every time.
All right, we'll have more coming up. Small Town Heroes on SportsNet Countdown.
Hey, we are back on Sportsnet Countdown. How's it going so far, City Slicker?
Pretty good, small town boy.
That's right, we are counting down small town heroes.
We're going to keep things rolling and checking to one of the most beautiful places in the country, Cape Breton Island, although I've never been. Is it that beautiful?
Oh, it's gorgeous. Love it.
There you go. I trust him, kind of. Countdown continues.
Should. Number 15, Al McGinnis.
Wait, McGinnis, there's his hard shot. He's got so much power with that shot.
McGinnis grew up in Cape Breton Island in the town of Port Hood, Nova Scotia. A town of around 700 people in the days when McGinnis was teaching himself the slap shot that would one day earn him a spot in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
McGinnis, a bomb, he scores!
Number 14, Jeff Sanderson.
It's a lollipop for Jeff Sanderson,
and his second goal of the evening pass, Patrick Waugh.
The puck comes loose, and Sanderson at the top of the...
Jeff Sanderson played for 7 teams in his 17 seasons in the NHL, but before that, he grew up in Hay River, Northwest Territories. Calling itself the hub of the North, Hay River sits on the southern shore of Great Slave Lake, just a 7-hour drive from Yellowknife.
Number 13, Henrik Lundqvist.
On his backhand, Vanek to the net, off the puck in the air. Puck pops up in the air, off the stick. It's the blocker of Lundqvist that kept it out.
The King grew up just 350 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle in the town of Åre, Sweden. It's one of the best ski resorts in the world, but only has a population of 1,417. Åre was home to a young Henrik Lundqvist who took up goaltending at the age of 8.
Dance through the legs. Nice little play comes across. That's it. That's going in. The best look coming across.
Number 12, Gino Odjick. Legendary Vancouver Canucks enforcer Gino Odjick hails from Maniwaki, Quebec. With its current population just over 4,000, Maniwaki sits in the heart of the Gatineau Valley, just under 2 hours north of Ottawa by car.
Number 11, Patrick Marleau.
Some danger in the corner. Patrick Marleau in by himself. Here's Marleau scores!
I think it's safe to assume that Patrick Marleau is the fastest skater to ever come from Aneroid, Saskatchewan. Population, not even 100. That fast kid from Saskatchewan became one of the fastest skaters in the NHL. Joined the San Jose Sharks in the 97-98 season and holds numerous records there.
Don't think Talon saw it.
He's also a 2-time Olympic gold medalist for Canada. Not too bad for a small-town kid.
Number 10, Wendell Clark. Barry Melrose and Joey Kosher. For a town so small, Kelvington, Saskatchewan punches above its weight when it comes to NHL players who grew up there, counting Wendell Clark, Barry Melrose, and Joey Kosher among its graduates.
Joey Kosher on the open side.
With a population of only 864, Kelvington rightfully celebrates itself as Canada's hockey factory on a sign at the town's entrance.
Needless to say, a happy locker room. A locker room commanded all season long by Barry Melrose.
Number 9, Carey Price. The Montreal Canadiens goalie grew up in Anaheim Lake, British Columbia. Price lived so far away from games and practices in Williams Lake that his father bought a plane and learned to fly it so Price could follow his hockey dreams. Jerry Price described the plane as a lawnmower with wings, but it got the job done, shortening the travel time for the 640-kilometer round trips to and from the rink.
Has a breakaway, short-handed, deep, struck by Carey Price.
Number 8, Jordan Tootoo. Born in Churchill, Manitoba, and raised in Rankin Inlet, Nunavut, Jordan Tootoo was the first Inuit player to take the ice in the NHL. Saying, "I'm just trying to pave the way for not only Inuit people, but Aboriginal athletes out there," adding, "The sky's the limit."
Number 7, Jordan Nolan. Following his Stanley Cup wins with the LA Kings, Nolan brought the cup back home to Garden River, where Chief Lyle Sayers said, "It makes us all proud to be First Nations people, Ojibwe people, and I hope it helps our younger folks see somebody that excels and they want to do the same thing."
Number 6, Marcus Naslund, Daniel and Henrik Sedin, Peter Forsberg, and Victor Hedman.
Marcus Naslund, he spins and throws the puck in the net and he scores.
Describing his hometown of Örnsköldsvik, Sweden, Marcus Naslund says, "Hockey is so important for the city. The city itself evolves around hockey." With a population of about 30,000 people, Örnsköldsvik has contributed well above its fair share of NHLers, including the likes of Daniel and Henrik Sedin, Marcus Naslund, Peter Forsberg, and Victor Hedman.
That was a new story for me, the Carey Price one, but that was really neat. His parents planing it in for him.
So you can relate being on a private plane with your father, is that what it is?
You and your imagination. No, that had nothing to do with it. I just think it's a really nice story and what parents sacrifice for their kids.
Hey, small towns, that's what parents have to do. Hey, break time from the countdown. But before we go to break, it's a little, what were you thinking?
Where's the security? Check, using his quickness, see how he uses the stick. He gets the stick in there inadvertently, and then it stops. But
how about this play? Watch the stick of Hayes. He gets hit. The stick goes up into the helmet. Look at that. Of Lecavalier. He's got this. The only way for him to start playing is to take the helmet off.
No more, right? You're not going to do that again. Oh. Oh.
Kenny, when I visited Pictou County, Nova Scotia this past summer, I didn't see a street named after you. Is that coming or what?
No, don't think so. Not anytime soon, no.
But if you had made it to the NHL, perhaps you would have a street named after you. The whole town maybe renamed.
Joey McDonald made it to the NHL at Pictou, so maybe one day I can move on to McDonald Street. Who knows? Could happen.
Who knows? Top 5 in the countdown coming up after the break. Welcome back on Sportsnet Countdown. This show is so close to Ken's heart because we're talking about small town heroes. He's not a hero, but he is from a small town.
It's true, yeah. Pictou, Nova Scotia. There's another quarter you owe me, Dad. And you know what? We have all kinds of heroes in Pictou. We've got our hockey hero, Teapot. We've got your hero, Charlie Landry, who you met this summer.
Yep.
And Joey McDonald, of course, who's played in the NHL over the years.
All right, let's go to the countdown. Top 5, here they are.
Number 5, Lenny McDonald.
Patrick. Donald puts it back to the net for McDonald. A wraparound, he scores! There's number 500 for Lenny McDonald.
While Lenny McDonald was born in Hanna, Alberta, population 2,673, he lived outside of town and still remembers the commute to and from games.
He said, Hanna was 22 miles away, and we had to make that drive every time we played, which was a couple of times a week. It was a great way to grow up.
Number 4, Bobby Clark. The Philadelphia Flyers great described his hometown of Flin Flon, Manitoba as 10 or 12,000 people where you knew everybody and everybody knew you. The move to Philadelphia to play for the Flyers was a bit of a jolt, with Clark remembering,
I didn't get involved in the city at all the first few years. I wasn't used to driving on 4-lane highways, and I basically stayed close to home and played hockey.
Number 3, Rob and Scott Niedermayer.
Niedermayer to Scott. He shoots. He scores. Scott Niedermayer from Rob Niedermayer, an overtime game winner.
After their beginnings in Cassiar, British Columbia, Rob and Scott Niedermayer went on to combine for 1,209 career points, with Rob playing 17 NHL seasons and Scott playing 18.
In 2007, they won the Stanley Cup while playing together for Anaheim. Cassiar, meanwhile, was less fortunate. Its asbestos mine closed in 1992, and the town is now largely abandoned.
Number 2, Howie Morenz. Born in Mitchell, Ontario, Howie Morenz made his name in Quebec, where he won 3 Stanley Cup titles with the Canadiens and led the NHL in both goals and assists during the 1927-28 season.
Mitchell's proximity to Stratford earned Morenz the nickname the Stratford Streak. But Mitchell's 4,448 residents might be happier to hear him referred to by his other nickname, the Mitchell Meteor.
Number 1, the Sutter family.
Sutter, he shoots, McLean stopped it. He scores! Ron Sutter on his own rebound.
Viking, Alberta is home to the Viking Arena, the local arena named for its beginnings when its construction was financed by raffling off more than a dozen cars.
The 6 Sutter brothers who played in the NHL all honed their skills at the arena. And went on to win a combined 6 Stanley Cup titles as players. Dwayne won 4, while Brent won 2, and Darryl added a pair more as coach of the Los Angeles Kings.
Of course, the Sutters and Viking are at number 1. They absolutely put Viking on the map. Name one hockey fan out there across our country who's never heard of Viking, Alberta.
And if you don't agree with Viking, then you got to deal with the Sutters. And I don't think you want to deal with the Sutters. But if you don't, you can still tweet us and use the hashtag SNCountdown.
And that is it for our show. Hopefully you enjoyed our look at small town heroes. Until next time, I'm Ken Reid.
And I'm Evanka Osmak.